Good morning, guys. Happy Friday. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life and finances. My name is Yamitra JoJo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? I hope you guys are excited and ready to get the morning started. I know I am. It has been a great week. I'm ready for the weekend. So we are ready to go. How did you guys like the show on yesterday? I hope you have been enjoying it. Thank everyone that comes in every morning to listen to the show, that shares the show. We greatly appreciate it. Lynn and I truly do this so that we can help somebody else live past crazy. That's what it's all about. So they don't have to live crazy in their finances. So they don't have to live crazy in their life. Period. So there is a better way. I'm getting you guys, I'm pulling up my quote here for the day. I'm not sure if my fearless co-host is going to join me. And we will get started. I'm going to give her just a second to come in. If you missed the show on yesterday, I talked about don't let your shame stop you. It should not stop you from doing what you need to do, for taking you where you need to go, because it no longer holds you anymore. So don't hold on to something. Don't give it power. That was our topic on yesterday. So if you missed it, make sure you go back and check it out. I posted it on our YouTube channel as well, so that you can catch the replay. I'm going to post it here too, right fast. So if you know anybody that needs to see or hear this message again, they surely can catch it. So they can be able to listen to it and get the information that they need so that they can stop living in shame. And I'm going to post one more link. For those of y'all that don't know, I have decided that I'm going to do something different. I'm trying to learn what it is that I like. And so one of the ways I'm going to do that is that I'm going to do something different at least once a week. And so I've gotten over my fear of flying. I've gotten over my fear of boats. And so now I'm going to move on to other things. I'm going to do some dance lessons, some singing lessons. And Lynn and I are going to go ride roller coasters and zip lining to get over, help me with my fear of heights and my fear of roller coasters. I don't like roller coasters at all. But we're going to see, because as a mother, sometimes as a parent, we forget what it is that we like. And so I'm going to try to figure that out exactly. What is it that I like? What is it that I like to do? What is it that I like to do or that I want to do? So make sure y'all come along with me on that journey. I posted the link so that you can join me and do some new stuff too. Maybe we will meet up and do some of this stuff in person. All right, guys, so let me get with the quote for the day. Impossible is just an opinion. Author unknown. Impossible is just an opinion. And that's truly what it is. People tell you things that are impossible because they can't comprehend how to do it themselves. They don't understand the process themselves. They've never been there. They may be afraid of change. So they're going to tell you that something is impossible simply because they don't understand. And the same goes for you. You may think it's impossible because you don't understand what's going on, or you may not know how to go about a certain situation, so you think it's impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible. It's two words put together, I'm possible. So always know that there's an answer out there for whatever question that you have. There's an answer, and there's always a solution. It may not be the one you like, but there's always a solution. So today's fearless thought for today, guys, is change your language. when you are on this fearless journey and you are changing things about yourself and you're learning the rules to the new you, you need to be mindful of the language that you are carrying, that you have around you. The language that is coming out of your mouth and what you are saying. Because if you're trying to do something different, what you cannot do is speak and do the same things that you were doing that got you in that place. Albert Einstein says you can't solve the same problem with the same thinking that helped create it. Meaning I can't solve my problem thinking the way I was thinking when I got into the problem. So you've got to change your language. You've got to level up. You've got to start looking at the words that you're saying and how you're saying them and how they are affecting your life. I know I talk a lot of time about brain science, what you say, how you say it, what you think, the thoughts you think about yourself. And those things are very true. And it's also very true that you've got to change your language on how you say things. You've got to become more aware. So when you are thinking about, I'm on this journey, I'm changing some things, I'm living different, I got new rules to me, these are the things I'm doing. You also want to change your language, because if your language stays the same, then you will find yourself right back in the same predicament in which you started out in. So you want to change your language, even if that's reading new books so that you get some new language, because you may not necessarily be like, what do you mean change my language? It may require you reading a book to get new language or to help you think differently. But you cannot be on this journey thinking the same way that got you into crazy. I can't be thinking about the crazy relationships that I had before if I don't want to have them again. So I've got to change my language around them. And then I want you to become more aware of the story that you are what you're gaining from telling your story. So what I mean by that is sometimes we like the outcome of telling our story of pain, of struggle and frustration. We like telling people, I'm broke, I don't have any money, so then people feel sorry for you, give you money, help you pay a bill. So yeah, you may want to stop living paycheck to paycheck, but you also like telling the story so that you can get the result from telling the story. So you got to become aware of what are you gaining when you're telling your story. Are you telling your story to help someone, or are you telling your story to gain something from someone? Same thing if you have that crazy relationship, you have that crazy boyfriend, you have that crazy job, or you always say, I'm always going to be single. I'm good at being single. I can't find nobody that I want to date, and you have all of this going on. But look at what you're saying. When you say, I'm always going to be single, or I'm always going to have this kind of relationship, then the story, the result that you're getting from telling that story is that you get, number one, you're getting attention, because now people want to know, like, oh my God, wow, what's wrong with you? And then you're getting all the attention from telling your story. And then you get the freedom of never checking yourself to figure out why those things are so. So you just keep saying, oh, well, this one ain't going to work. Let me move on to the next one, instead of thinking that if the same things keep happening and you're the common denominator, maybe you need to address yourself other than address other people. So it just may be you. So what are you gaining from telling your story? What do you gain when you tell people you absolutely hate your job? You can't stand it. And I had to check, and this is my confession for the day. I worked at this job 5 years ago. For y'all that don't know, I left that job January 2017. And so I have a new one. But for 5 years, I complained every day. Oh my God, they give me so much work. I'm doing the work of 5 people and I'm not getting paid. And I had this whole story, and people say, oh my God, Yamitra, you do so much. And what I was gaining from the story was I thought I was gaining people's respect for, look how hard I work, look how many jobs I do, and look at these people that are treating me like crap. And I enjoyed that. But what it was giving me in return, I was getting that from people, but then it did not change my situation that I hated my job, that I was doing the work of 5 people and I was not getting paid. So in one aspect, people were praising me. It's like, oh, you're doing a great job. But on the other end, I'm still miserable because I hate my job because I'm doing the work of 5 people. You see what I'm saying? So then it gave me the freedom of saying, well, because people think I'm doing so great, I'm going to be the martyr. I'm going to stay in here and tough it out. No, that doesn't work. So when I had my self-talk, it's like, why do you keep doing that? If you truly don't like this job, what are you going to do about it? You've got to stop complaining. So you've got to do something about it. So when I left that job, it was such a relief for me, even though I enjoyed the people that I worked with, and I may not necessarily enjoy the job. It was a relief because I'm no longer tied to that story and the result of that story. So now when people ask me, how do you like your job? I'm okay to say, I like my job. It's okay. And I don't have to seek something from other people in return. So think about, what are you gaining from the story that you are telling yourself? What are you gaining when you tell that story of your life is crazy, you have no money, you don't like your job, you hate where you live, you're from, like me, you're from a small town. Well, I hate this small town, I got to get out of here, but yet we're not doing anything to do that at all. So you've got to think about, what exactly are you gaining when you are telling your story? And part of that is changing your language. You've got to change your language. If you do not, you will stay stuck. Because for me, I may have hated the job, but until I started to change my language to, I can do better, I'm worth more, I can make more, so let me go do that, nothing was going to change for me. And when I started to change my language, that's exactly what happened. I went out, I found a better job, I made more, and I'm more at peace with my decision, that as opposed to sitting somewhere looking for empathy and sympathy from people about a situation that I helped to create. So you've got to think about that, guys. On this Freedom Friday, I want you to be free to do what you need to do. Become more aware of the conversations that you're having with yourself. Change your language. Think about, what are you gaining from the stories that you tell people all the time, period. Your mama is crazy, your sister's crazy, your daddy's crazy. What are you gaining by telling that story? What is it that you're getting out of that situation? So when you're able to do that, you're able to check yourself and figure out why it is that you're doing those exact things. Because if you don't check it, the crazy absolutely will continue. And then what you're going to find is, because the crazy will continue, you're right back where we were yesterday. You're letting the shame stop you because, oh my Lord, I can't believe, now that you're checking yourself and you're coming to the realization of the truth of what's really going on, you thinking, I can't believe I've been living like this for so long. And now you have the shame of that. So you can't let that shame stop you. You've got to continue past it. You can let your shame take you further, or you can allow it to stop you where you are. And so that's a thinking point today. For the weekend that's coming up, I want you guys to think about that. Are you going to allow your shame to stop you? Are you going to change your language? Be mindful of what you're gaining from telling your story, whatever your story may be. Whatever it is that your story is, what are you gaining from that? Are you gaining pity? Are you gaining respect? Are you gaining sympathy? What are you taking from others by telling that story? And once you begin to change that, your language is going to begin to change, and you will be able to live out of the shame instead of it holding on to you, because it is what has happened is not going to be what is going to happen. So you're now released from holding on to that. So make sure, guys, that on this weekend, I know sometimes I give you guys a lot of things to think about, but it's a good thing, because on this Be Fearless journey, it's all about the mindset. Because if you can't get your mindset right when you start on this journey, you will not stay. I promise you, it will be more difficult than you could ever imagine to stay on this journey. So you've got to change your language. You've got to change your mindset. If you are thinking about doing that and you have no idea to start, why don't you sign up with the Be Fearless newsletter so that you can stay up to date with everything that we have going on. And then you can join us on this Be Fearless journey, where you're going to get the step-by-step instructions of things that you need to do to help you live past crazy. And as always, you can always join us here on the Fearless Morning Show, where we're having confessions or conversations about your life and finances. And we share these tips, guys, to help you, because We have been there. Just because you live past crazy doesn't mean that sometimes it doesn't still show up in other places, because it will. But once you learn the process, once you learn the rules of how to handle that, then you're able to move past crazy a little bit more quickly, as opposed to sitting down in it and staying there. All right, guys, that is it for the Fearless Morning Show. I thank you guys for joining. We're leaving out of here kind of early today. My co-host is not here, so you are missing the Fearless Financial Thought for today, but she will be with us bright and early on Monday morning at 7:15. As always, I just ask that you share the video, share it with somebody that you know who may need to live past crazy, or who is living in crazy and you know they need all kind of help. So send them over here to the Fearless Morning Show. I posted the link to the YouTube channel so they can binge watch all the shows. We are 122 strong right now, so today makes 123, so they can binge watch, and they are by title. So they can pick which title that they want to watch and watch it and enjoy it. So guys, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining the Fearless Morning Show. It is always a pleasure and an honor to have people come on and to watch, because, you know, it's early morning and you guys have a lot of things to do. And we appreciate you spending your time with us. So on this Freebie Friday, Freedom Friday, change your language today. Become more aware of what you're gaining by telling your story. What are you truly getting when you're telling your story? Are you getting sympathy, empathy, and maybe help, and that's what you want? Well, at what point are you going to change how you tell your story and the result of your story? And then don't let that shame hold you down. If you missed that show yesterday, it was amazing. Go back and watch it and share it with somebody. All right, guys, I appreciate you. I hope you have an amazing Friday. Please be safe. Be careful out there. And we will be back here bright and early on Monday morning at 7:15. If you know somebody that needs to live past crazy, invite them to the show on Monday morning. If you feel like they absolutely cannot wait, have them go over to the YouTube channel and subscribe over there, and catch a replay of all the shows, so that they can so they can start the journey to live past crazy. All right, guys, have a great one, and I'll see you bright and early Monday morning.